In this video, I started out with $0, a lawnmower, and a truck, and now I have the challenge of building a profitable landscaping business from scratch. But there's a twist. I only have a year to do it. This is season 2, so will I make it big or will I go broke? Stay tuned to find out. And if you guys enjoy content like this and you want to see more, be sure to subscribe and drop on a like helps too. Anyway, let's go build a business. Well, boys, it's another day trying to build a landscaping business from $0 in a truck, and today is gonna be a very busy day. Now, we've only got 2 jobs booked so far for this morning, but the one is a really big job. I also want to continue work on my other property over there, so hopefully I can get it done ASAP because this place is pretty much sold. So I listed this place up a while ago for sale and didn't really have any bites on it, partly because the price was a little on the high end. I, of course, wanted to get $150,000 out of it, but I listed it much higher because then you can negotiate and everybody feels like they got a good deal. So pending some paperwork that should be happening sometime this week, this place is now sold, so we got to start moving out of here, but not today. Anyways, since I sold our smaller mower and all we got is this big mower, for the first job this morning, we got to go mow a lawn, and unfortunately the big mower is just not gonna fit on that property, so we got to bring the good old push mower, kind of going back to our roots here. Anyway, the property we're gonna go mow is actually one that we redid and sold a while back, so it's kind of coming back full circle. We get to go mow it. Now, currently being about $180,000 in debt, I am willing to take just about any job I can get at this point. Anything that puts a dent in that debt is one step closer to us actually having a successful business, and considering I have to pay off the debt by the end of the year, we need some money ASAP. But hopefully with the sale of that property, it should help a ton. We just don't have a shop at the new property to actually put anything in at the moment. Oh yeah, look at this place. Still looking good, just a little overgrown at the moment. Yeah, you can kind of see why I wasn't really able to bring the big mower over here. I might have been able to get some of the parts in the main yard, but this outside stuff and around the back patio and that, not a chance. So more than likely, this is gonna take a little bit. Well, I'm just finishing up the last little bits around the fence here, and then I got all the inside to do yet. But it's actually going quicker than I thought it would. Man, I didn't even sell my nice lawnmower that long ago, and I'm already regretting it, but I guess it is what it is. I got a good chunk of change for that thing. All right, well, that's the backyard done. Don't worry about all the grass trimmings. We're gonna come and rake those up. That's the one downside with this mower. The bagger doesn't work too well on it, so you gotta go around with a rake and clean it all up. But now I just got this, so we're moving along pretty quickly. And the last little bit. There, that looks much better, except for all the grass clippings. Grass clippings all cleaned up here, just in time for lunch. Dang, sometimes I forget how good this place looks. All right, it has been a couple hours here. I've just been getting some stuff ready to go for the next job here, which is gonna be a long one, and I don't know if we're gonna get it all done today, but we're sure as heck gonna try. I'm gonna need the skid steer and the dozer, but I think we're just gonna get the skid steer over there first. It is just up the road there, but still long enough to where we need to put everything on a trailer and trail it over, because I'm not driving this thing at 7 miles an hour. Need the mulcher and the log forks. I did get a check from doing that last mowing job there. I just got to run into town and cash it at some point. But the next job is much more important. All right, here we are. Now, you might be wondering, Austin, what the heck are you doing out here? There's really nothing here. And I'd tell you you're right, because currently there is really nothing here. That's because we got to build an access road through here. Now, if we take a little walk this way, oh man, this is looking rough. Bit of a drainage ditch, and then coming up through here, there is a field. Now, it is not currently planted. In fact, it's already harvested, but the owner of this field, a farmer just up the road, got a brand new, bigger combine, and it can't fit through the other access road, which is a way longer road, and it's just too narrow. So he's opted to get us to build him a way shorter access road that's way wider to fit his new combine. So it's going to cost him a lot less money, because if you wanted the old road widened, it would take so much more work, and therefore costing him much more money. This is going to be a bit cheaper for him. So right now with the skid steer, we got to get as much brush as we can cleared out. I think we got to cut down a couple of the bigger trees, which we get to haul away, make a little extra cash there. I ain't going to complain. And then we got to bring in a culvert, some dirt, and all that good stuff. Actually, I might call the owner because we might be able to get away with not even putting a culvert in here because this has been dry for a very long time. And actually, there's some really high spots on this drainage ditch, so water wouldn't even really properly flow through here without getting it dug out some more. So we might be okay without putting a culvert in. First things first, though, is getting all the brush cleared out. That's what the mulcher is going to be good for. Oh, yeah. This is one of my favorite tools to use. Just absolutely eats through everything. I wish I could get one of these on a dozer. Mind you, the dozer would work somewhat well for doing this, just pushing all the trees down and out of the way, but that leaves way more trees to deal with down the road here, and we're kind of working with limited space as it is. So the smaller trees, this one just grinds them up, makes our job a bit easier. Well, this is just with the little bit of work we've done here so far. This is already looking much better. We still got to widen this out a ton though, but it is looking better. And I think that is good enough for this side. We might actually not have to cut any of the big trees other than one on the other side, but this is way more than wide enough. I just figured do it once, do it right, then I don't gotta come back in a year or two and do it again. Because these trails can get overgrown pretty quickly, so if you don't make them big enough in the first place, they grow back really quick, and then you're stuck cleaning them out again. Now let's hope I can get across this drainage ditch here. Oh boy, straight into another tree. This shredder can eat though. Okay, so I got a majority of everything cleaned out. I've just got this little chunk left in the middle here, which is gonna require me to cut down this big tree here. There we go, there's a big chunk of it. All right, so I had to do a bit more cleaning up on the edges and stuff, but I think we've got a way more than big enough pad cleared out here. I've just got one tree to chop down, but it is getting late here, so I'm gonna try to finish this quickly. We're obviously not gonna get the entire road done today at this point, but at least I can get the tree down. The sawmill closes in an hour, so I don't have much time. All right, send it down straight down the middle. You know, I hope my skid steer's far enough away. Oh yeah, beautiful. Okay, it's all delimbed here. I gotta cut this into some sizable pieces so the skid steer can actually lift it up, because it seems to struggle with that from time to time. That ought to do it. I'm just gonna leave the trailer up here. Don't have too many pieces to carry over. I am gonna call the owner and ask him about this tree, because I don't know, it might have to come down. Like, he does have enough room, yes, but if that thing ever falls over, that's gonna block his entire trail. Same with this one, but this one looks a lot healthier than that one. I also did ask him about the culvert. We're not doing that. He said in the last 20 years he's been farming around here, this little drainage ditch has never ever once been filled with water, so we got nothing to worry about. Oh boy. Yeah, this might have been a bigger log than I thought for the skid steer, but we're making it work. Ooh, this might be a bit sketchy. Okay, come on. Oh, the John Deere's got it. We're good. Okay, there's tree number 1. Looks like we're taking down tree number 2 as well. Yeah, that'll be a real wide road, but like I said, do it right the first time. Ooh, that did not go the way I wanted it to. Well, pretty close. So this time I have made the first cut on the first section of log here, where it's the biggest, a lot shorter, and we're still struggling to lift it up. What the heck? I get it, it's a big log, but come on now. This thing seriously needs some weights. I'm also gonna have to come back in here with the mulcher and get some of the stumps. Oh man, this poor trailer. This was not built for this. All right, shove it down there a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna be leaving the skid steer here overnight because we'll be right back here in the morning finishing this up. But now with a clear path, the dozer should be able to get in here nicely and level everything out for us. Oh boy, that is one big load of logs. But it looks like the GMC's got it. I have a strong feeling that this load of logs is gonna pay more than the actual job, but I guess we'll see. All right, so we are here right at sawmill close, but they're letting us get this load in. Let's see how much we get. 16,692 bucks. Bringing us just shy of 100 grand. Dang, that is pretty good if you ask me. On that note though, I am gonna go grab some supper and go to bed because we got a nice and early day tomorrow. Oh man, 7 a.m. bright and early. Lots to do today. So I gotta run over to the other property there and grab the dozer first thing this morning. Then at some point today, I gotta grab the dump trailer as well and get a couple loads of dirt and gravel. It did rain just a little bit this morning, so hopefully nothing's too wet, but I guess we shall have to wait and see. I'm not even living in my new house yet, but I will be shortly. I'm gonna have to get everything moved out of the old house ASAP here because it is getting sold this week. I think I only got another 2 days left. That's not exactly ideal. Oh, would you look at that? My skid steer's still here. That's a win. All right, so coming right off the main road here, we don't really want to grade any of that too much. That's because the county says we can't. So we're gonna try go easy with what we can do here. Once we get off their kind of ditch deal there though, we can start grading. So I'm pretty much all done grading on this side here. There's not really much dirt to level over here. I've still got a good bit on the other side. I'm thinking if I can get a bit more dirt pushed over here, we may not have to bring in any with the dump trailer and just bring in gravel instead. We're gonna see though. Oh boy, this dozer is burning through fuel like crazy. Should have some in my slip tank though, so it should be good. Well, this has taken a good portion of the day, but check this out. Man, it's looking good. Now, obviously, we can't really do much about the dip from the road down here just because it is kind of county property, so we can't do much about that. But I got all of this smoothed out here and graded to the best I kind of could. This all looks much better. It's all flattened out. I took actually a good chunk of dirt out of here. There was a fairly decent sized berm, and then right around here, there was a bunch of dirt that was a bit of a higher spot. So kind of just filled everything else in and graded it all down. And by the time we were done, this was all kind of filled in and we were good to go. So I think this is a pretty solid surface to lay a bunch of gravel down on. I could probably use the other truck with the dump trailer to go grab that rock, I'm thinking. Although the GMC would be better, but yeah, we'll be fine with the other truck. Should I walk over there? Yeah, it's not that far. Well, definitely got my steps in for the day. The owner of the property is paying for the gravel, so I don't got to worry about that. We did save him having to get a couple extra loads of dirt, which is nice. So he should be happy about that. All right, load number 1 of gravel. We're just going to whip around here. Oh boy, this trailer really likes to push this truck around. So obviously we're not going to make the gravel path super wide as all this is. I just need to make sure the guy had enough room to get through with his combine with the header on. That was the biggest deal. Here we go. First load of many. Probably just spread it all out with the dozer afterwards, but gonna take a couple loads. Probably about 4 or so, maybe 6. All right, well, we are just finishing up on the day here. I got everything laid down and flattened out. Gravel road's good to go. It is more than wide enough. The owner came and checked it out. He's super happy. He should be able to get his combine through here with no worries at all. Just trying to clean up the last little bits. But yeah, if he wanted to redo that other road, he said it probably would have taken twice as much work and a lot more gravel. So he's pretty happy we did it this way. I think it looks pretty dang good, but I'm going to try to load some of this equipment up here. I should actually load the skid steer up first. Anyway, he gave us the check for the job, so I'll go cash that in the morning. But as far as things go right now, we don't have any more mowing jobs booked for the year right now. We might get another 1 or 2, but it's already almost mid-September, so that's usually when they start winding down. Ooh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit the dozer on here. I don't got to go far, so I could kind of just stick it on the back of the trailer. There we go. That's good enough for me. Oh, I should probably turn the lights off. I don't want the battery to die. Let's roll. Well, boys, it's the next morning. I just went into town and cashed the checks. We got $100 for the mowing and 10 grand for the other big job we did putting in that access road. Now, it's the day before the property gets taken over by the new owners, so we got to get everything out of here. I already got pretty much my house cleared out already, so we're good there. I took some other stuff over last night, most of the big equipment, but we still got a couple little things kicking around here. I got the snow plows, the dump trailer, this almost empty pallet, I think. Or no, it's still got some in it. Okay, so we're good there. Pressure washer, lawnmower, and a bunch of little stuff. So we're gonna try to get everything moved over first thing this morning. That way I can get a big old check. So I'm gonna get the mower moved over here first because I'm gonna need to bring the skid steer back so we can load up all the attachments. Should have done that last night when I was moving the snow plows, but oh well. I am thinking though, with the amount of cash we have, I should be able to build a shop. Hopefully, because the one on the house ain't gonna cut it. And we are supposed to get rain too, so that's not good either. Oh boy, is this even gonna clear the shop door? Ooh, it's gonna be close. Oh, maybe not. No, it's not. Dang it. I can't put the mower inside the shop. Oh, that sucks. I should have checked when I built the dang thing. Oh well. Okay, skid steer acquired. So luckily for me, how far we gotta take stuff isn't very far away from where we're currently at. I got a good portion of stuff loaded up on the truck and trailer. It's pretty much all we can get with the skid steer for now. Actually, you know what? That's all we need to get with the skid steer. Just hoping that we can get all of this stuff done before it rains, because we do have rain in the forecast. That would not be ideal. So I haven't checked just yet, but is the skid steer gonna fit in the shop? Let's see. Oh, just barely. Okay, that's good news. That's good news. That means I can move all the attachments inside the shop once they're all clean, because right now everything is filthy, so I'll wash it all off before I get it in there. Back for our second to last load of stuff. Gotta grab the old 4-tracks with the loader. We're gonna be needing all this stuff once we want to redo the lawn on the other property there, which we're gonna have to get at quick if we want to have it done before winter hits. So like next week or never kind of quick. All right. That's it for the shop. All cleaned out. I am just going to drop this trailer right here because I got the one last load of stuff to get, and then I got to clean this all up. So that should be fun. Grab my blade. There we go. And my dump trailer. That's it. Can't believe I'm actually selling this place. But on to bigger and better things, as they say. All right, well, it's been a couple hours here. I got a good portion of stuff cleaned up here and kind of organized in a reasonable fashion. The shop is actually more impressive. I managed to fit a good chunk of stuff in there. I still got the skid steer to wash, but check this out. Got most of the skid steer tools in there, some of the lawn care stuff. I just got to finish washing this thing. But we should have rain coming in about the next hour here, so might have to be in the house for the rest of the day, but that's fine because I got plenty of stuff to move around in there. There we go. Let's see if this all fits in here. Oh, nope. Wrong thing. There we go. Nope. Wrong thing again. There we go. I did check and see if the truck would fit. It would, in fact, not with all the tools in here, so we're kind of out of luck there. But yeah, there we go. It'll work for now, at least until we have a decent enough shop. It's actually impressive what you can kind of fit in here. Well, it is the next day here, and if you look what just hit our bank account, $150,000. The property is now sold, and I now solely live here. But we've also got a fat bank account. However, not for long. With paying off both our loans at $180,000, $100,000 for the house, $80,000 for the original property, that leaves us with $77,000, which might just be enough to get a shop built and maybe the rest of the property looking a little bit better. I don't know yet, but hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe and goodbye.